Imagine a life where poor balance doesn't hold you back. And all it took to get there was a simple dumbbell exercise that you can do in about 3 minutes per day. Well, that exercise is called the overhead dumbbell march. Now, I know you're thinking, how on earth can such a weird looking exercise be so good for your balance? And can you actually do this in 3 minutes a day? Well, I'm glad you asked. Firstly, balance is about practice. And if you do this daily, you will be getting about 10.5 minutes per week of quality balance training. That's about 8 hours, 40 minutes per year. So I've asked you a question, do you think you could improve your balance if you spent 8 hours per year working on it? The answer is probably yes. Now, I know for the maths people out there, 3 minutes a day isn't 10 minutes a week, but 1.5 minutes of that 3 minutes is a rest period. Now, the reason this exercise is so great is down to these 4 reasons. The first reason is it shifts your center of gravity. And this in turn makes the deep muscles of the core work really, really hard. And it kind of mimics everyday activity, whether you're reaching or twisting, all those kind of movements. Number 2, it actually challenges the postural muscles in our upper back. We know if we can increase our posture, we stand up taller, we open up our airways, and we've got more chance of being more aware of around us, and we balance a ton better than if we're bending and slouching forward. Number 3, increases leg stability. A lot of people are struggling with balance, they're not very stable on their legs, but when you're shifting from one foot to the other foot with a weight above your head, everything starts to work really, really well. And this starts to mimic real day activities like walking upstairs, walking on uneven surfaces. And we know if we can control those kind of movements in a very safe environment, this will translate very, very well to when you go out and you start walking on the beach or upstairs or steps or out with a family. And the last thing, number 4, it helps with coordination and proprioception, which just basically means, understanding where your body is in time and space. To do this exercise, all you're gonna need is one dumbbell or a set of 2 dumbbells, okay? Either way works. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna basically stand in one spot and lift these weights above your head this way. So if you've got, if your dumbbells are too heavy, use one dumbbell, it's fine. If the dumbbells are too heavy though, just use your hands above your head, you will get the same kind of stimulation. And obviously as you progress, you can lift to a heavier weight. But the key thing about this is being in a safe place, so you can practice in the corner of a room, let's say. So if you did fall or trip, you've got the wall to support you. But the key thing is that you do this in a slow and controlled manner. And like I said, it's only gonna take you about 3 minutes per day. So what does that actually look like? Well, you're gonna set a timer for 30 seconds. You're gonna lift your hands above your head with the weights, and you're gonna march on the spot, very slow and controlled. Bring that knee up to parallel with the floor and put it back down. Shift the weight to the other side and do the same thing. And you're gonna march slowly for about 30 seconds. You're gonna hit a timer for 30 seconds again, and then you're gonna rest and you're gonna repeat that 3 times. And that in turn will take you up to 3 minutes. That is where you stop. You don't have to do any more than that. And you're gonna practice this every single day. The thing is with balance is the more you practice, the better you will get. You don't need to spend hours and hours per day. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't brush your teeth for 2 hours a week. You brush your teeth for a couple of minutes every single day to keep your teeth and mouth clean and free from fillings and bad breath and all that bad stuff that goes on. Same applies to our balance. Practice this very, very carefully for a very short amount of time on a daily basis. And within a very short space of time, within the next couple of weeks, months, and even years if you practice, your balance will massively improve. Next thing though that can really help with balance, which isn't in part of this video, is a full body strength routine. We need to strengthen our muscles, whether it be our core muscles, or back, or shoulders, or arms, or legs, or calves, all those things. And if you're not sure where to start, I've got a free resource that you can download, which is a strength program that you can follow. You can use just a set of dumbbells, very, very easy. Anyone can do it, even beginners. All you need to do is comment strength down below and I will send that across to you. Now, I'm gonna leave a video up in the top corner because there's one component of balance that a lot of us overlook, and that is how our neck is. And a lot of people fall over. Our neck isn't very mobile, and sometimes if it's a bit stiff, when we turn, our whole body can turn with it. So this is a critical part of any balance routine. And you can watch that video up on the left-hand side there. So head over there and I'll see you on the next video.